We all want to maximize productivity, but what is really the best way to structure your day? Today we're going to compare to-do list and calendar blocking, and I'm going to show you step by step how I use both tools to maximize productivity in a normal day of my life. Well, as normal a day as you can have in ministry anyway. My name is Chris, and I create videos to help you in your daily pursuit of personal and spiritual growth. In my last video, I talked about the power of prioritization, especially when working multiple church jobs. You know the feeling. You're so overwhelmed, you have so much to do, you don't know where to start, you feel frozen, and prioritization is the key to get out of that frozen feeling and get moving again. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what I did starting out to help me get out of that, and how it's morphed and kind of what I do now, and the ultimate to-do list versus calendar blocking showdown. The first tool I started using was my to-do list, and the way to do this is simply make a list of every single thing you need to do on any given week, and then you're going to want to add all the extra things that you have to accomplish this week. This is the classic what's important and what's urgent. We're adding everything, we're compiling it to a list, and then we're going to begin to prioritize it. What I would do on each week, I would kind of go through my list and say it's Monday morning. Well, what are the things that I need to accomplish on Monday morning? So I would say, okay, well, I want to maybe work on my sermon for Wednesday night. I need to edit the video from last Sunday morning. There was some podium mic interference. I want to check that out. Those are the most important things to accomplish today. I'm going to move them to the top of the list because that's my top 3 priorities for the day. I'm going to work on those. If nothing else gets done, at least I know I got the most important things done. Now, I don't know if you're like me. Maybe you are, maybe you're not, but I still see all these other things, and that stresses me out. So I'm going to take everything else on my to-do list, and I'm going to move it to a separate folder here called On Hold, so that I can look at this and I'm not overwhelmed with all of the things that I'm not focusing on right now. And then I'm going to pick the first one, I'm going to focus on it and get it done. And when it's done, I'll check it off. Now, if I've completed my top 3 priorities and the day is not over yet, guess what? I can go through and I can say, all right, what else do I need to accomplish here today? We'll move some of them over. Great. And now we're back on the productivity train. Choo-choo! Yeah, that was dumb. I'm gonna edit that out. Utilizing to-do list was very helpful in getting me out of overwhelm and moving forward again. Now today, I use a tool called calendar blocking, where I actually schedule in my day exactly what I'm planning to do and when I'm planning to do it. Now let me say up front, I am not a slave to my calendar. I consider my calendar a guide, and it's flexible, because especially in ministry, you have to have flexibility, because you know at some point something's going to come up, there's going to be an emergency or something that's going to derail the plan you had for the day. So you have to have a little bit of flexibility, and you can't freak out and stress out when your calendar changes. All right, so let's take a look at how I structure my day. The first thing that I do is schedule in the most important part of my day, which is my spiritual and personal growth. These are the things that are required for me to be healthy so that I can actually do my job and live my life to the best of my ability. If I neglect these things, then I'm useless to anybody else for any other purpose. So I will always schedule those in first. Now, when we get to scheduling my work day, I'm gonna start, I'm sorry, my camera's blocking part of my screen here. Okay, I'm gonna start a little more general, and then I'll kind of get more specific. So I'm gonna start with important tasks. There we go. And then that's going to be the first part of my day. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to schedule in lunch. I'm going to spell it correctly. And you know what? Lunch is a priority. I'm not going to lie. And then let's just call this urgent tasks. So I'm scheduling the important stuff first, right? The important things, I'm going to get those done first in my day. And that's sometimes challenging, because the urgent, you feel this pressure to get it done right now, get it done first. But no, the important things are the things that are going to actually help your ministry move forward. So do them first, schedule them first. Now, I'm also going to add in here something I call work wind up, and that's the first 15 to 30 minutes of my day, just depending on how things take. And then at the end of my day, let's call it work wind down. So that'll be the last 15 to 30 minutes of my day, just depending on how long things take and what you're trying to accomplish. Now, in the work wind up, I'm gonna do things like get coffee. I might need energy to start my day. I'm gonna go over my schedule and top priorities. Now this is where I still use my to-do list in a large part today. If I have something that I know I need to get done, and I am the kind of person I have to write it down or else I'm not gonna do it. So I will pull out my phone and I'll be like, hey Siri, remind me at 8:30 a.m. To review student suggestions. Then over on my to-do list, I'll have a reminder, review student suggestions. So during my work wind up, when I'm going over my schedule and my top priorities, I'll see, I need to review these suggestions or students or whatever the task might be. So I'm gonna add that to my calendar because I believe what gets scheduled gets done. So yeah, part of my morning work wind up is schedule any additional tasks. And finally, I'm gonna check my email and social accounts to start my day. That way it's done, it's clear. I'm gonna clear the deck. That way I'm not breaking my focus throughout the rest of the day to go over anything like that. And my work wind down is similar. I'm gonna review my schedule for the day. Did I accomplish everything that I was set out and trying to accomplish? If I did, cool. If I didn't, does anything need to be moved to tomorrow? Like I'll change tomorrow's schedule. And then finally, I'm gonna check email and social media. Now, I don't usually leave my calendar with just important tasks and urgent tasks. I fill those in with various things. So I might have part of my day will be communicating with parents. That's an important task, right? So I wanna do that. And then oopsies. We don't want to make lunch all day, although sometimes you might want to, but you can't. That's not productive unless you just have a really wonderful lunch meeting. Another important task, communicate with leaders. I want to make sure that everything's going well, all things are running the way that they should be, right? So that's something that I'll add as a part of my day. Let's see, if this is like a Monday, then I might have sermon prep as a part of my week, my day right here. And then we'll just get rid of that. I'm gonna always leave time for missed tasks, especially working at a church. Is always gonna be something that I have to do that maybe you don't know necessarily before the day begins or the week begins. Maybe it's a non-youth ministry related task. I try to leave space for new things that come up throughout the day that need to be done. One other tip, if you're trying to do this on any given week, some of these things are obviously gonna be repeated from week to week. So for example, communicate with leaders. I'm gonna do that every single week. So I'm gonna click here and I'm going to say that it's gonna be repeated every single week. Now, whatever day this is scheduled on, this will be repeated. So if I'm really doing this on a Saturday, which I'm not, then this will be there next Saturday. If something is repeated multiple days throughout the week, you can customize that and say, hey, I want this to be repeated every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday. I don't really work on Saturdays, but whatever days you want that to be repeated, and then it will be there. So there is kind of a somewhat typical day of how I do my schedule. Now, I understand the way you schedule your day and your life is gonna look different than mine, and that's okay. Figure out what works for you. Figure out how you can best maximize your productivity. I truly believe what gets scheduled gets done. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to pull out your to-do list and your calendar, make a list of everything you have to get done, and begin to figure out how you can schedule these throughout any given week. Then let me know in the comments, what is your favorite productivity tool? What's one tip that has been most successful for you? Again, share it with us and encourage other people and give them great ideas. And hey, I want to thank you for watching this video. If you found value in it, hit the like button, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next video.